Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically today we are going to learn about the method overloading and method overriding. So today we are going to see about these two terms, that actually what are these terms, and basically how to do method overloading and overriding in Python programming under the concept of object-oriented programming, right? So basically what do I have? I have overloading is the ability of a function or an operator to behave in different ways based on the parameters that are passed to the function or the operands that the operator acts on. Right. So basically here I have written a definition for overloading, and even I have written a definition for overriding. Now basically what I would just do, I would just write the program for the method overloading first. After that I would again read the definition and then explain you that actually what do I mean from this definition. Right. Let's take it in this procedure. So I would just do enter here, and basically I would just start writing and start making out my classes here, right? So I'm just writing a program, let's say, okay. So I had defined a class and that class is A, okay. Now inside this I would define a function, and let's say that is add. Okay, this is a function, and in the bracket I would just pass, this will automatically be passed because basically we are making the function inside a class, right? Put a comma here. Now I just want to pass on some values to A, B, and C. I'm just writing a program that if none, basically if A, B, or C, if three of these variables are having some values in them, then basically do the addition of these three. If any of the two are having any value, then do the addition of those two. Otherwise they basically print me that give me at least two numbers for addition. This is short like function that I am making here, right? So for that I'm just basically passing out the values for A, B, and C as none here. Okay, again I would just write as C is equal to none. So from previously I'm just basically writing and passing on any, like I do not pass any value here, right? Come on to the next line. Here, basically, I would just apply my several conditions, which I just said that I'm just going to add these conditions here. So, my first condition is if. Now, if A not equal to none, okay, if A not equal to none, and if B is also, okay, B is also not equal to none, uh, and if C is also not equal to none. So this means that if A, B, and C, all these three are having some values stored in them, right? So now what to do? Then I need to take a variable, let's say that is P, and I would just do here A plus B plus C, okay? And here after coming out of this next line, I would simply print the P. Right, so as I mentioned that I'm going to write a program, I'm going to make the function in which basically if the values for A, B, and C are given, then it will simply add all the three values and give me the result, right? My second condition goes that if any two are having, like if I am just giving the value for A and B, then basically add both of those value, okay? So I will just write here if A not equal to none, and my second condition is that B not equal to none, okay, N-O-N-E. Okay, so these two are the conditions that I have given. If A and B are not equal to none, this means that if A and B are basically storing some value, then what to do? Then write the addition for A and B, and then simply print that as the output here, that is P. Okay, that I have done. Now, basically the next and last condition is that if these two conditions are not at all satisfied, then what to do? Then write here print, and I would just add a like print statement. Let me come down. So I would just add a print statement that is give at least two numbers. Okay, I would just add later only this much statement, that is give at least two numbers, right? So this is the statement that I have added here. Now basically what to do, I would just go out of my conditions and even my function also, and here I will be making the object for the class A. So obj, and then here it is basically A, right? So obj is equal to A. Now basically that I had made the object for my class. What was the name of my class? Yes, it was A only, correct. And here in the print statement, I would be accessing that function. I would just write obj dot, and the name for the function was add. Now let's say I just want to pass on some values here. Let's say my values are 2, 3, 4. Okay. If I just pass them and if I run out my program here, now just have a look here that what output actually I am getting. So I am getting the answer which is 9. So that is the addition of 2, 3 and 4. So it means my program is actually running correctly, right? Now again come back to the definition of overloading. So now for the overloading, what it is actually written, that overloading is the ability of a function or an operator to behave in different ways. Now just have a look here that the operators, like the functions which we are using, okay, this one function we had used, and that function is behaving in many types, right, based on the parameters that are passed to the function. So if 3 parameters are passed, and it is giving the addition of 3. If 2 parameters are passed, and it is giving me the addition of 2. And if these two conditions are not satisfied, then it is basically saying me that you should give at least 2 numbers for addition, right? So basically on the parameters that are passed to the function or the operands that the operator acts upon. Now I would just read the definition for once again, okay? So overloading is the ability of a function or an operator to behave in different ways based on the parameters that are passed to the function or the operands that the operator acts upon. So actually what we just like meant by overloading, so overloading is basically ability of a function, okay, function or operator, that basically whatever the number of parameters we had passed into that, it will basically act according to the number of parameters which we had passed inside the function. The same thing we are doing here, right? I had passed on 3 parameters here inside my function, right? After that, what it is doing here, it is simply I had added the condition that if all the 3 values are given, then add that all the 3. If only 2 are given, then do the addition of 2. And if these 2 conditions are not satisfied, then print me the statement that is give at least 2 numbers. So this is actually what is called as method overloading. So method overloading is the ability of a function or an operator to behave in different ways based on the parameters that are passed to the function or the operands that the operator acts on, right? Now moving towards the second topic for now, and that is overriding, that is method overriding, okay? Now what does this method overriding actually says? So the method of the child class overrides the method of the parent class when called by an object of the child class. This is called method overriding. So it actually means that the method which is in the child class, that basically overrides the method of the parent class whenever this is basically called by the object of the child class. Let me show you an example that will be more clear to you that what actually I'm just trying to say from this definition, right? So first let me just quickly comment out this whole program. Yes, right. Now just come down and let me start out writing the new program for now. Okay. Now basically here I'll be just declaring one class, that is let's say class, and that of my class is let's say sub. Okay. And I would just put the colon, come on to the next line. I would just add one function here that is out. Okay. Now inside that basically self is automatically passed. Now I will pass two parameters A and B. Right. And in the print statement, I would simply add that subtraction is, I would put the colon, and here I would just add here I put a comma, and here I would write A minus B. Right, so this from this I would be just getting the subtraction of both the numbers, whatever I'm just gonna pass in A and B. Right, same procedure, I would be just making another class here. Let's say div is that class, div. Okay, that will basically perform the division of two numbers, right? So div and okay, I'll put the colon and come on to next line. So that is div out. Out means my output, the function, okay? And then I would again pass on two parameters A comma B, right? And into my print statement, I would simply write here print, and here I would just write division is, again I would put the colon, put a comma outside my semicolons, and I would just write A divided by B. Right, so this is the thing which I have done. Now what I'll be just doing is that I will be making the object for my div class. Okay, I'll be making the object for this. So let's say here I just write small d, okay, small d is equal to div, object I had made, right? And if I just write d dot out, and now if I just try to run it here and pass some values, let's say 15 comma 5, Okay, let's say these are the values which I had passed. Now, if I just try to run it here, so basically have a look at what it is giving me. It is giving me that the division is 3, right? So basically 15 divided by 5 is actually 3, right? Now, here what I had done, I had simply made the object for this one, right? Now, just come above to the above line where I have written definition and read it the definition that the method of the child class, okay, overrides the method of the parent class when called by an object of the child class. So actually what it is happening here basically I had given the same name for the both of the functions, right? For my parent class, the sub is the parent class. Let me just quickly write out that thing here. So this is my parent class, right? And this division is my child class, right? So I would just write here as child class. Now, when I had made the object for my child class, division div is my object for the it is basically my child class, right? So, when I had made the object for my child class and I tried to access this basically this function that is out with the help of the object of my child class, so the same name of the function was even given to my parent class also, right? So my parent class should first run and then my child class, but what it is doing, the object of my child class is overriding the function of my parent class, and it is basically running me the function of my child class that is out, and in that case it is basically resulting me the division, and that is 3.0. Okay, so now I hope you that you have got the idea that why basically I'm just not getting the subtraction, that is a minus b, rather than I am getting the division here, because the object of the child class is overriding the function of my parent class. Again, read out the definition for the last time, that the method of the child class overrides the method of the parent class when called by an object of the child class. This is called method overriding, right? So basically I hope now you have got both the terms very clearly, that what we actually mean from method overloading and what we actually mean from method overriding, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.